Okay, we are recording. This is an Emerald Push call. I'm going to do a little screen share here in a minute and kind of dive in. But first, real quick, this call is the sole purpose of getting to Emerald. That's what this call is about. Why we move our business forward, why we take the next step. Real quick, Amanda or Emily, will you post the post in the team page, like the Emerald call is live? Come join us. Thank you. And you know that for me, I got in my own way at first, and I was like, oh, I have to be this big fancy coach that everybody, looks up to. And who am I? I'm just brand new. I'm starting. Like, why would anyone want to join me? And I kind of got in my own way. And then also I got in the mindset that like I didn't know anything about coaching. So I didn't know, like, if I was signing up coaches, I didn't know how to train them. I didn't know how to help them. I didn't have a plan in place. I needed to create a perfect training. I needed to have all these things. And that's not the case at all. And when I signed up, I didn't have any trainings. I didn't join any trainings because there really weren't any trainings back in the old OG days of coaching. There wasn't a Beachbody new coach training. There wasn't a system in place. There wasn't a Beachbody Champions page with all of these fancy units that you can go through, and it walks you through everything. So I will say new coaches signing up now have that advantage because you have so many simplified resources at your fingertips. And that just also means that like no BS, there's no excuse why we shouldn't be moving our businesses forward because we have all of the resources. And if coaches, from 5 years ago could do the things without having all the tools and having a system in place, there's no reason why that we can't work together now to make it happen. And that we can't, set those goals a little higher, and say, you know what, I got this. And I think the biggest thing that we tend to do is overcomplicate things. And honestly, it's a matter of signing up 2 people. And I will tell you from day one, if I would have signed up all of my people as coaches, instead of assuming that they didn't want to sign up as coaches, then I would have been Diamond in a fraction of the time that I was. And it took me about a year to get to Diamond. It took me 4 months to get to Emerald, because I wasn't signing anybody up as coaches. I didn't sign my mom up as a coach. I didn't sign my husband up as a coach. I sat for 3.5 months with no coaches signed up under me because I just assumed that nobody would want to sign up as a coach. And then my mom was like, why am I not getting this discount that you're getting? And I'm like, oh, well, duh, like you should be signed up as a coach. You don't have to be working the business. And then same thing with my husband. I saw the benefit of signing up my husband because not only was I going to earn commission from him signing up, I was going to earn volume from him signing up. And then the double products that we were ordering under my account, I could just order them under his account and I would get that volume as well. So not only was he getting the discount, but I was getting the volume, which then volume turns into team cycle bonuses. So it's kind of like double dipping when you sign up your spouse. Excuse me. And that was kind of a light bulb moment for me early on. And I was like, oh, well, there we go. Mom, husband, boom, Emerald. And then I had one of my best friends join and signed her up as a coach. And then a random person that I met at a holiday party, same thing. Like, sure, oh, you're a coach. What do you do for workouts? Oh yeah, whatever, sign me up. And boom, and then it started to sink in that I didn't need to overcomplicate it, that it was just a matter of, oh, you're interested, you want to do this with me, let's do it together. Awesome, great. And you know what? I'm going to give you the same discount that I'm getting because it would be silly for me not to. You don't have to coach at all, but if you do have a couple friends that want to join you, perfect. And then you benefit, and then they get the discount too. So I will tell you, I got to Diamond with 2 people that had signed up as coaches with no intention to coach, but they started sharing their results on social media and people started noticing. One of them was Michaela. She's not a coach on our team anymore, but she works out with us regularly and she's a good friend of all of ours. And she was literally posting her transformation picture and posting her results, and her mom messaged me, and her mom wanted to sign up under me, and then her sister wanted to sign up under me. And I said, Michaela, like, you're doing the things, like, these people should be signed up under you. I'm not signing up your people under me. And that's how she became an Emerald coach. And another girl, same thing. She was sharing her results, and she really wanted to build a business, and she just started signing up people as coaches right from the beginning. And then a matter of, it took me several months because I didn't sign up all my people as coaches right away. But where I'm going like off on this tangent, reining it back in, is when you sign your people up as coaches, then that's the benefit for everyone. That not only do you get that initial commission and volume, but they get that discount on anything that they order in the future. And it really just works out in everyone's favor. I always let people know there's no obligation to coach. You can cancel this at any time. There's no, if you feel like this isn't for you, you do have a 30-day money back guarantee. If they are military vet, they have a DD-214, they have orders or anything like that, they submit that, and you can literally Google Beachbody military waiver, and it waives their monthly coach fee. I do let people know that $15 business service fee does give them the ability to build a business if they want it. They have all the resources in the back office. It also gives them that 25% discount. It also helps give them super discounted shipping. As we know, $2 for Shakeology to ship is much better than $15 for Shakeology to ship. So it makes up for itself right there. And I believe if it's one person per household can get the military waiver unless they're both active duty and they both have orders. But for us, my husband gets the discount because he's a military vet. So anyway, real quick, we're really going to work on, like, what do we do to get to Emerald? And so this is where social media posts come in really, really handy. We talk about, I'm sorry guys, I thought I turned these notifications off. I have no idea how to do that. How do I turn my, whatever, I don't know, sorry. It's just gonna ding, I guess. So social media posts, that's where we make those connections with people. That's where we, a lot of the overcomplicating things comes from, like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to say it. What if she laughs at me? What if she judges me? What if she blocks me? Like, all things that I've thought, and things that sometimes still run through my head. But at the same time, I think about what this business has done for me. I think about where I am now versus where I was 5 years ago versus where I was 10 years ago. I just posted a transformation picture from 10 years ago yesterday. And how completely grateful I am that somebody took a chance on me, and that somebody stuck with me, and somebody gave me the tools that I needed, that before I just threw away and didn't stick to it. And it's made such a big impact on my life as not only just a coach, the financial perks and stuff like that, but as a wife, as a mother, like how much more confident I am, how much stronger I am, how much more empathetic I am, and how, just you feel better, you feel put together, and you feel like so much more accomplished when you make yourself a priority. And I yell at my kids less, and that's a victory, because I have, I'm filled with endorphins. I'm happier. So I think about that, and I think about, people that I find on social media that are liking and commenting on my posts. I got a message from a girl today who, and actually I was going to share this in our team page, but I didn't do that yet. But she just said, I know this is out of the blue, but our mutual friend has been telling me for a long time to message you, and I finally have worked up the courage to do it. I really need help. And then she goes on to tell me everything that she's struggling with. But I think about that, like how she's been sitting on that message for so long and finally worked up the courage to ask for help. And she's somebody that last time I talked to her, she was like, oh, I'm doing good. Like I'm working out. And I never messaged her. And maybe if I would have messaged her 6 months ago, she wouldn't have been ready, or she would have started and then quit. But at the same time, if we don't ask, then how are we supposed to know? And then we wait for messages like that. And as much as that was just such a breath of fresh air in my inbox, it was also like, man, I'm not doing my job enough, because there are people out there that need me and I'm failing them. So I must do better. So I think about that when I hesitate to send that message, when I hesitate to send that invite, when I hesitate to say, hey girl, I saw your love on my post. I really appreciate it. I would really love for you to do this with me. Are you doing anything right now for fitness and nutrition? Or, oh my gosh, it means so much that I have your support. There's nothing quite like having an accountability community like this. I would love for you to join us. Have you ever thought about it? And it takes all of the everything out of it, and it's just a conversation. And then when you work through that conversation and they're like, yes, okay, yep, I'm all in, yes. Awesome, girl. Well, I'm going to sign you up how I signed up to you. That means you're going to get a 25% discount on everything that you order in the future. If you have any friends and family that want to join you, you benefit from that too. No penalties. You can cancel that at any time, but it really is a huge money saver long term. So this girl that I'm talking to, absolutely, she's somebody that I'm going to encourage signing up as a coach, because she needs help with nutrition. I just saw an article posted on Google today that was about, do those 30-day fitness challenges really work? I don't know if anybody else saw it, but I kind of skimmed through it because I was expecting the worst. But there were some really good points in there. And one of the really good points said, yes, you can absolutely get results in 30 days. And I think that it's important that we share that with people. Yes, absolutely. You can lose 5 to 15 pounds in 30 days. You can establish some really, really good habits, but it's not just 30 days. So when I sign people up, I don't anticipate signing them up for a challenge pack one time, bam, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, and be done. I anticipate signing them up for life. I anticipate signing them up because I want them to make this a lifestyle. I don't just want to sell them a challenge pack, thank them for joining my group for 30 days and say peace. I want them making this a commitment to themselves long term, and that's what I'm going to teach them in those 30 days. So confidence in your invites, confidence in your conversations, and just deep breaths as we send those messages. So I'm going to do a quick screen share. And present. Where am I? Okay, can you guys see my screen? Yes. Okay. All right, so strategizing our way there in 24 hours. So, like I said before, we talk about those social media posts for a reason. We write those posts so that way we know who's out there and who's watching, and we can create that list of 10 people, 20 people, 50 people, 75 people, 100 people. And I'll show you, these are what the Go for Knows, and you can Google Go for Know, or, in the search bar in our team page, and if you're I need to see the things kind of person, this is 100, let me take a breath, 100 squares. I'm just all over the place. But, we know that typically in the sales industry, for every 10 people, usually one signs up or usually one buys. That's just a gold standard sales statistic thing. I don't like to think of this as a sales business, but if you look at the black and white of it, that's typically the thing. So if you want to help 10 people every month, then you need to invite 100 people typically. And that's not just a copy paste message 100 times or send a mass invite to 100 people. That's 100 conversations. So if you're you know what, my goal is to help 3 people this month, then know that you better be talking to at least 30 people. And if you break that down, 3 people for 10 days, wonderful. If you don't feel like that's getting you to your goal, or if you don't feel like that's enough, then break it down even more. Say, okay, on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm going to send 10 invites to people. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm going to follow up with those people. For the purpose of this call tonight, though, we talk about, I'm talking about this Go for No for the reason that it's good to visualize the conversations that you're having. So when I go to my list, when I go to my social media post, I write down all the people that have liked or commented on my post, and I either put them in a Go for a No, or I get a blank notebook piece of paper out and I start writing down names. Or you can use, from the second page of your business activity tracker, you can use that. Here it is. I brought all my things with me tonight. I'm so proud of myself. That second page contact list sheet, and you can start writing your names down on there. If you're an electronic person, by all means, do the electronics. Okay. So tonight, that's what we're doing. We're working through that list. We're working through those people that have liked, commented on our post in the last 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, 2 weeks, however long. And that's what we do, especially on a night before a payday and a night before rank advancement. So advancing to Emerald, U+2, you're signing one person up on your left, you're signing one person up on your right, you're earning team cycle bonuses, you're qualifying for leads every month if you hit Success Club. And when you hit Success Club, like Success Club 10, you also get more leads. So you're here, my next slide. Okay, there we go. Can you guys see this? Yeah, okay. So you are active with 90 PV. PV means personal volume. That means if you're ordering Shakeology, that equates to 90 PV. You have a coach signed up on your left leg, and that's 50 PV as active. They just have to be active at 50 PV. So like, for example, my husband, just to keep him active sometimes, I just have him order the performance protein, and that's 50 PV or 52 PV or whatever it is. Like my mom is an Emerald coach under me, and my little brother is under her, and I keep him active at 50 PV. And that's a box of Beach Bars and a thing of Hydrate on HD every month, and that comes out to 50 PV. So this 200, 100 down here, I'm going to dive into volume a little bit because there's a lot of importance behind this. But for every 200 PV that you generate on this leg and 100 PV you generate on this leg, that gives you a team cycle bonus. And as an Emerald coach, it's $14 per cycle. But when I talk about building depth and building, signing people up as coaches, if you've signed 4 coaches over here, and they've each ordered Shakeology. They've each ordered a challenge pack. So their challenge pack is like 150 PV or whatever it is. Do the math real quick, 300, 600. So 600 PV over here, and then you've signed up 2 coaches over here, and they've had 300 PV. So that gives you 3 cycle bonuses. That's 14 times 3, carry the 2. Okay, we know that it's over $30. So 42, is that right? 14 times 3. No, yeah, 42. Don't ask me to do math while I'm trying to write things down and not lose my mind because I'm a cuckoo person. Okay, so it doesn't seem like much, but if that's every week, then it adds up. Then your residual volume, your cycle bonuses cover your Shakeology, and then some. And you're not just having to sell challenge packs. You've got people signed up as coaches, so that way you're getting that volume. So then that does turn into turns into those cycle bonuses. Another little visual here, kind of just like what I talked about. When you build this depth, you see that volume generate, and then that translates into that cycle. So 200, 100, 200, 100, and that's $14 when you're an Emerald. When you're a Ruby coach, it's $16. When you're a Diamond coach, it's $18. It doesn't seem like a lot, but as you're a Diamond coach and you're building more depth, those team cycle bonuses are wonderful. And as an Emerald coach, your income caps out at $250 per week. So you can't earn any more than $250 in team cycle bonuses. And I will tell you, when you're a Diamond coach for a long time and you lose your Diamond and you drop down to Emerald and you're used to seeing hundreds of dollars in cycle bonuses a week, and it caps out at 250, it's a big punch in the gut. So that's kind of the benefit of continuing to build depth in your organization. This is an old graphic that I found, but I think it's really, like the visual is really, really good. So when we first did the All Access Challenge Pack, BOD and Shakeology, it was $210 for, no. It was the commission was, what was it, 70? Yeah, the commission was 70, because it was like 200 and something dollars for the All Access Challenge Pack. So you could sell 3 challenge packs a month and earn $210. No residual Shakeology, you'd earn $210. But then your Shakeology comes around again. So this month you sell 3 challenge packs, and then your Shakeology customers from the month before, you earn $97.47. So that combines to $307.47. So then now those 6 people are on residual Shakeology. Now those 9 people, and that just shows you the compounding of when people are on residual Shakeology, even if you're just selling 3 challenge packs a month. So you're just doing the bare minimum, you're hitting Success Club every month, but you have your customers staying on Shakeology, then that builds that monthly income to like $1,200 a month when you have that residual Shakeology. That doesn't include your volume if you're signing people as coaches. This is literally just like selling challenge packs and keeping people on Shakeology. If you do that for 6 customers a month, it shows you what it is. 9, there it is, and then 12. So it just goes to show you that, that just the little bit every month can make a huge impact. And there's a reason why we talk about Shakeology and why the nutrition is so important. And then for the people that I have that are, that give me price objections to Shakeology, or, they've ordered their Shakeology the first month and then the next month they're like, oh, it's so expensive. I'm like, first off, you need to be signed up as a coach. Second, do you know anybody that wants to do this with you? Because if so, we can get your Shakeology paid for. And sometimes just a simple conversation with someone that's like, you know what? And I know plenty of coaches who they only coach because they didn't want to pay full price for their Shakeology, or they didn't want to pay for their Shakeology. They wanted to help just a couple people here and there just to offset the cost. So that's a conversation that that isn't bad to have with other people. So this goes down to our list of who do we invite. So I always talk about, inviting from our social media posts, inviting from our stories, sending those messages. But beyond that, who do we invite? And if you're a new coach, I thought it was really helpful when I signed up to go through that list of people that I know. Who can I talk to? And where I didn't want to send a whole bunch of spammy messages. I didn't want to send, and I did, as a brand new coach, I sent paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs to people that were very close to me that probably just read them and were like, no, we're not doing this because we didn't have time to read 17 paragraphs of your message, Ashley. But I find that it's best when you speak from the heart. And instead of saying, hey, do you want to buy this program that I'm doing? Hey, I just started doing this. We have a really wonderful community. I'm really looking forward to staying on track through the holidays. If that's something that you want to do, I would love to have you do this with me. And that's it. No worries if not, just thought I would ask. And there are people that will support you. There are people that will join you. There are people that will pretend like they didn't see your message. And there are people that will say no. And that's okay. We just move on and we let them know that we're here when they're ready, and we keep going. And I looked through some old invite sheets this week. I have a stack of old papers of people that I've invited in the past, and I'm pulling from those now, and I'm going back to do even more follow-ups with people that I haven't followed up with in a year or so from old Go for No sheets. And I will tell you, the conversations that continue to stem from those initial invites are amazing. And people will start to watch and they'll start to follow. And it may not happen overnight, but like this girl who messaged me, who's been working up the courage to reach out. And just sometimes those conversations that it means so much because they're like, oh my gosh, yes, like I'm finally ready, or thanks for thinking of me, or oh, I was just thinking about you. But that's why we follow up, because we want to let them know that we're still there. And we want to let them know that we're not going anywhere. So that way, when they are ready, they can come to us. So we're not going to do it on the call because I'm going to cut this call short here in the next few minutes. But tonight, and I'm going to be doing the same thing, I'm pulling from those posts for the last few days and I'm keeping a running list going. And I like to do that for my month. Like as my posts come through and I get likes and comments on them, I like to write those names down. And my goal is to message those people the next day. If that doesn't happen, that's okay. But at least I have a list to work from when I have time to sit down and do the work. So this list, and it's been a while since I've done a list like this where I've written down people that, new relationships in my life, people that I haven't invited, or, going back to people that I've talked to years ago, months ago, that I haven't had a conversation with in a while. So I put on here too, who's in the checkout, because I've talked to several people who were like at a mall in a checkout. Anytime that I'm buying workout clothes, I say something about writing it off because of my job. And they're like, oh, what do you do? And then you have a brand new opening to talk to somebody. And don't be afraid to get somebody's Facebook information. Whenever I have a conversation with somebody in public, whether it's on an elevator if we're traveling, or a checkout person at the mall, or somebody in the grocery store, I'll say something, about, oh, I was just like this is for a recipe that's on my meal plan this week. And then offer to send that person a copy of your meal plan. Oh, if you want a copy, I can totally send it to you. What's your email address? And then send it to them, and then say, if you need any more help with nutrition or anything, this is what I do. This is my job. I'd be more than happy to help you with. Because I find a lot of times that in the grocery store, there are really good people to talk to about nutrition, because a lot of times people are trying to figure out what they're doing with their nutrition. Lots of opportunities to build relationships and build conversations. I think. Oh, and then just the next step beyond Emerald. For me, I didn't put Diamond Coach in my sights because I talked myself out of it because I was scared. And I was like, oh, I don't know anything about, I don't know how to, and it took me a long time. But Diamond is totally doable. If you hit Success Club 3 months in a row, if you're signing up 10 people a month, if you're signing up 5 people a month, I mean, it's a matter of doing it in several months. You can totally do it. And just having those conversations with people about signing up as a coach. But just to kind of show the visual, basically you're just getting yourself to Emerald every month. And then you're helping a couple coaches get to Emerald. And that can also be your spouse, or if your mom's signing up, or your sister, or, something like that. It can be doable in a short amount of time. Okay, so as far as pushing to Emerald tonight, I'm going to give all of us plenty of time to do that. It's 8:30, so I wanted to keep this to 30 minutes. I do want to do a, let me see my back office real quick. Does anybody have any questions? Let me find my back office real quick.
Okay, I have a quick question.
Yes.
You guys, okay. So I'm sending out the invites from like the posts that I'm doing and the likes that I'm getting.
Mhm.
But like I'm not seeing a turnover. Like I'm not seeing, a lot of people don't respond, or the people that do respond just like aren't really ready yet. So I'm keeping a list of that so then I can go
Yeah.
back and, message them again like a week from now or whenever it is, or just like invite them when Amanda started her challenge group. Just like there's a free challenge coming up, I can get you into it. But I'm not like converting them into customers yet.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know if my posts aren't, targeting what I'm trying to say. Um, I think that they are because I feel like I'm being pretty authentic in the
Yeah.
posts, but I don't know if you guys have any suggestions.
What do you feel like is tripping you up in the conversations that you're having?
Well, I send out the invites, or not. I don't want to say the invites, but I guess kind of after they like the post, and then a lot of them like I just don't hear anything back from them. So then I'll like message them a couple days later and just be like, I'm just checking in to see if it was something that you were interested in or if you wanted some more information. A lot of times I don't hear anything. And I'm also having the issue of a lot of my posts, it's like all men that respond. And
Mhm.
that's not really the group that I want. It's really not.
Right.
Because I really want to build something that I'm comfortable with. And it's not that, I don't want the men, I don't want to be working with them, but I just think I relate more to like moms.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm kind of being picky, but and it's a lot of men that are responding.
Um, you know, I've helped a few men here and there, and it's challenging because no man wants to have a woman tell him what to do. Like,
No.
I mean, it's just really challenging to like, okay, this is what. So I try to defer them to my husband, um, and I think sometimes it's just a matter of being nosy. Like they just want to know what we're up to. But I kind of bless and release. Like and I won't not respond, but like sometimes it's a matter of looking at their profile and being like, okay, are you just being a skis ball or like do you like really
There's a
need
lot of them, and it kind of freaks me out. I'm like, what are these people doing?
yeah. Um but I think that's pretty customary. Like I don't have a ton of people that, when I'm messaging them, they're not like jumping out and being like, yes, oh my gosh, sign me up today. Like it does take some conversations and it does take, kind of moving on. And I think, going back a few days later and saying, hey, I just wanted to let you know because I'm filling up spots for this group. If you are really interested, I would love to send you the details. And then just creating that FOMO that, I'm not doing this for everyone. I'm here to help you if you want the help now. And if you don't, like, bless and release. I'm on to the next person. And then I usually leave that with a, like, I'll check back with you next month. Or I know it's a little hectic right now. Let me, when's a good time I can check back with you? Um, and, um, and yeah, keep that running list and then move on to the next. And that's a big reason why we talk about expanding our social media and expanding our network and adding friends on Facebook. I found an old tracker from the other day, and I had like, or from, it was like this time last year or December last year. And it had like my Facebook friends and my Instagram friends. And I have not spent as much time as I probably should growing my following. But I'm up 700 friends on Facebook and up 700 and some followers on Instagram. And I'm like, okay, well, that's 1,400 new people that I should be talking to. So that consistency of, sending a few friend requests here and there, um, you'll probably see friend requests roll through. I usually check their profile page too and just make sure. But I'm not one to reject, other people that are in other network marketing businesses. I have a lot of people that are selling those nail strips on my Facebook page right now. I have a lot of people that are selling hair products and stuff. And I was talking with a fellow coach the other day, and we were talking about how, you know, why are these things such a priority for people, yet health and fitness is not, you know? And I think, you know, it's easy to just buy stuff, but it's not easy to do the work. And I think, you know, that is where we have a little bit more of a challenge, but at the same time, showing people how worth it we are, that we're worth doing the work, that we're worth showing up for ourselves, is so very important. But you know, yeah, building your network, building your following. Um, I add people from mom groups all the time. Um, like if I'm in a mom group and there's a thread going and there's somebody that I just really connect with, I'll send them a friend request. And if they don't accept, that's fine. But and I usually try, like I try not to have anything about Beachbody on my like page. Like I don't want them to see like Ashley Roberts Beachbody coach, because I feel like they might see that and they're like, that's probably why she's sending me a friend request. No, I'm not sending you a friend request because I want to sell you a challenge pack. I'm sending you a friend request because you're like somebody that I could connect with in real life. And
Kind of like touching on that, when I do the friend request or like I'm looking on Instagram, I kind of look through the pages a lot. And if I think that I can relate to them in some way, then I'll send it. But if we have nothing in common and I'm not like feeling them, then I'm not going to friend them, because it's not fair to me or that person, because we're probably not going to connect and then I'm not going to be able to help them. So that's just me. I don't know if that's the same way that Ashley or Emily do it, but like if I can't connect to their page, I don't know. Sometimes I just don't even cross that bridge, because there are so many people out there that I probably can connect with.
yeah, I agree.
If they friend request me, that's a whole different story. I'll probably accept it, but I won't be the one to like go out and do that.
Yeah. But also like I don't try to follow or friend request other coaches. Just, I mean, there's a select few people that I follow, or I might go look at their page just to get some inspiration or see what they're up to. But that's it, because I don't need to know who's, you know, hitting this goal or that goal and like, you know, derail me from my own track. Like I don't need to like see, you know, but it's nice to sometimes just connect with other people and see, like, I like, you know, there's a good core of coaches that I connect with and that I follow. And some are very, very, very successful in this business. And several of them are in our upline, you know, dream team and stuff. And I love cheering those women on. And the comparison game for me was something that was very real for the first year and a half, 2 years of my business, because I was like, why am, you know, we started at the same time. Why am I not as far along as they are? And why? Because we're supposed to be where we are in that moment. And I love being able to see what other people are doing. And sometimes it's nice to like, I do a post and then the next day I see this top successful coach do a similar post as mine. And I'm like, like, looks like I'm doing the right thing, you know, like I'm doing what I need to be doing. And I think that's refreshing. And I think, you know, we kind of all have our own things to offer to people. You know, I always say be here in a year, because your business can completely change its trajectory in a year. And I really do think it takes time to find your footing. But I also think that, you know, we have all of the resources that we need. It's just a matter of finding a groove and doing what works best for you. And knowing that it doesn't have to be perfect and it's not going to be perfect. And there's times that it's still like, I'll send a message and I'll go back and read it the next week and be like, why did I say that? Like, gosh, that came off really terrible. Or like, you know, oh, that was, you know, I probably should have asked this instead. And we can go back and we can second guess ourselves hundreds and hundreds of times over. Or we can just know that we have the tools to help people succeed, and the ones that want it will come. Sometimes it takes, you know, inviting and building those relationships and building those conversations to get them there. And a lot of times it really takes just showing them the value of what we do and how important it is that that they see that first before they see a price tag for something. So I just really try to communicate that. And I think we do a really good job of communicating that in social media and in our stories and stuff like that too. And people
Yeah, I
can
mean, for
see
me,
that
it
and
took
feel it.
a long time with Amanda, like reaching out to me. before
Yeah.
finally I was like, okay, like, I mean, she did. And then I was still following her and watching, and I'm like, all right, this is pretty cool. And then one day I just like commented on the post, and then that's how it, it started, but it took a while. So
Yeah.
I understand, you can't really make that connection with, like, you can't make a connection with me if you don't really know me. So
Right.
it's tough. But I think just for now, I think I'm going to like focus on like the nutrition aspect of it, just because I can't do lower body right now.
Yeah.
Just kind of like give people, some free information, some free stuff that like, I mean, I'm very confident with. I mean, I know my stuff,
Yeah.
so I just think it's maybe my delivery, and I don't know, maybe just kind of, I just need to be more comfortable with it. That's
Yeah.
all. And I in time that's going to come.
Mhm.
Have you explored any of the To Be Mindset or the Ultimate Portion Fix stuff yet? Or is that something that you're looking at?
Yeah, the ultimate portion fix, that's the ones that are all like portioned out type
Yeah.
things. Yeah, I actually just looked into that at work, and I was showing some people, and they were like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah.
But I have a hard time because I can't really recruit people from work, because I work in
Right.
a weight loss clinic. But I can, like, the people that I work with, I can, but not the clients and the patients.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was something. And then there's also something that you can get, like a certificate. I think it is like, I don't know if it's something that I need because I do have my master's already. I don't know if it's, but like I said, I'm always like into learning new things. And so I could definitely be doing that as well.
So that could be another approach that you take,
Okay.
is with the, some of my best months, to be completely honest, have been with the nutrition-based programs. The Ultimate Portion Fix launch was my best month in this business. To Be Mindset was a close second behind that. And, I was actually just looking at my numbers today, and I was like, man, what I really need to do is another nutrition focused group, because I've been so focused on the fitness stuff that I feel like the nutrition is where people really, especially going into the holidays. So, that may be something that you want to do too, is like do a nutrition focused group, and maybe spend a little time kind of, if that's something you want to dive into the Ultimate Portion Fix program and the videos, and just see how you can help people on that, just with those tools aside from, what you already do. And that may be, I know we've done like the posts with the hearts, like, if there's something that you need help with your nutrition, and then like a heart, like a red heart, like equals like, I yo-yo dieting, or like yellow heart equals like I can't stick to anything. And like a green heart is like, I hate vegetables, and, like just people that comment on those hearts. And then that builds like a whole new thing of conversations with people. Cause I feel like nutrition is, I mean, it's, it's the key to our results. And we can sell workout programs all day, but if people aren't doing the work with the nutrition, then they're not going to get the results. So
yeah, no, that could actually, I think that's something that I'll focus on right now, because this fitness thing is totally new for me too. So
yeah.
like totally new. So if I can kind of dive in and get some people following me a little bit more for the nutrition part of it, and that's something that I'm totally comfortable with, that's probably a good route for me to go. And then just continue with like my workouts and showing people what I'm doing in my journey. And I think even like just the modifications maybe that I can do with the, the working out, and just let them in on like my recovery of this and stuff. I think that could be something that would be good as well. So I am up like 50 followers already.
Yeah. See, there you go. And that's like, that's something good to kind of, I don't think I've shared, it's hard to track all those things, but if you're a numbers person, I would track that. And also don't get discouraged. Like if people unfollow you, what I've also found is like Instagram cancels and blocks accounts on a regular basis. And like, if I lose 5 followers in a day, I'm like, it's not because they don't like me. It's because their accounts got canceled, right? Like that's why they stopped following. And I think about it that way, because I'm like, it doesn't do any good to think about.
I just tack it up too. They weren't my people. So I'm really glad they stopped following me because now I don't have to reach out to them.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, they probably, it was probably a fake account, or their mom found out they were on Instagram, so they canceled that account, like something like that. But yeah, I do try to keep track. And I do try to go in and follow, I'll take a day where I'll go in and follow, 25 people and then wait a few days, and then go and follow another 25 people and wait a few days, and try to grow my own, and then just go back in. Emily, were we talking about this the other day, that Cleaner app? Do you use that Cleaner app or somebody does?
Yeah. Not to be used with Instagram, but just to check who's not following you so that you can go separately into Instagram and manually unfollow them. And I was wondering if there was a quicker way to do it, and I don't quite think there is.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you can still download it. It's not blocked from like the App Store, but can't use it with Insta.
Yeah. Okay. I knew that there was something with third party that it wouldn't let you do.
Pretty much everything third party you can't do anymore.
Yeah, they're cracking down.
Yeah. So I just try to go in and look and see who's not following me, and then I just unfollow them, because I don't need to be following them if they're not following me. Unless it's, like J-Lo, because she's not going to follow me. Jennifer Aniston broke Instagram yesterday. Did you guys see that? Yeah. Okay.
All right. So then I have a plan on what I'm going to do moving forward, and I'll just, focus on this for now. And then see if I can build a following.
I always find also, because I know you're really into meal prepping and whatnot, taking a dinner option that you would be I don't know, we'll say this is just for say a awful pizza with a 2 liter of Coke, and doing a pizza in a bowl with water or a stevia or whatever that drink is that Emily is always drinking. I don't know.
Stevia.
But or I instead of tacos I did taco in a bowl. Just providing ways that people that like the foods, but they can eat a healthier version of it. I feel
healthy substitutions are huge. I love that. So,
and they're really good conversation starters. You can always talk to someone hey, do you do this too? Or what do you add to yours? So
and those, so if you follow I know Ilana Molstein, she's the RD that did To Be Mindset.
I love her with the white backgrounds, those ones.
Yeah. She does these before and after, sexy salad, stuff like that. And those get a ton of what am I trying to say? Traction and engagement and stuff. Sabotage, pint of ice cream 1,000 calories versus satisfy, light ice cream bar 80 calories, and it just those are great engagement posts that get. And you can go look at her page. It's super bright. She has a ton of food posts, food swaps for weight loss she has on there. Those are all really good things that you could post. And it doesn't always have to be, you can 1,700 likes on this post and 41 comments, and if I go into my search tab on Instagram, just to swallow. So this girl's last name, Swallow, just messaged me as I was trying to just scroll through some of my posts. There's a before, not my posts, but in my search tab, there's a food post, and there's these little before and afters with Ben and Jerry's and eat more for less kind of stuff. These are just the things that people are searching, and the things that are popular right now. Oreo McFlurry versus vanilla ice cream. And I, there's I look at stuff like this when I go to my search tab, and I'm man, I really need to do more stuff like that. And then I trip myself up because I'm I don't think I know enough, and it really doesn't matter, because there are people out there that eat pizza and a 2-liter of soda for dinner every night and don't know how to eat healthy and need someone encouraging them and showing them like, look, or even, this is the healthy option to go through the drive-through at Taco Bell. Get this instead of this, like if you're going to go through the drive-through, don't get this giant venti sugary whatever, get this almond milk whatever steamer instead with 1 pump instead of 5 pumps, like just those little things can make a big difference for someone. So yeah, some things that you can definitely work on.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm going to wrap up. I'm not going to do a back office. I think I'm going to just record a video of that and post it in the team page, because I think that would be more helpful for everyone. And that way they don't have to scroll through this call to find it. And maybe tomorrow will be a good day for that. So I would just advise everyone check your downline tonight. Make sure that you're active, that your coaches are active. Sometimes it's a matter of sending out a message that says like, hey, I just saw that you popped up inactive. And a quick reminder too, when you go inactive, you lose any banked volume that you've had. So if you have, your volume carries over every week if it doesn't get used. And if you don't use it, then you'll lose it eventually. If you don't.
Question for you. Now that apparel, you can get PV for it, it's enough to keep somebody active?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
As far as like somebody wanting like a sweatshirt, it's like boom, 50 and you're active and you're good.
Yeah.
If you have too much product or something else. Okay.
Yeah, you can use apparel. Which is probably something that I need to, like my mom the other day was like, I have so much Shakeology. And I'm like, oh, I could use a new hoodie. I'll order that under you instead. But yeah, there's a lot of sweet new apparel in there too. So, which also reminds me, we should probably do some posts about that in our challenge groups, like people looking for workout clothes. And if we decide to do that for volume 1 month, like under a spouse account or under, somebody else to order.
That's what I was going to do with my husband. I was going to do a hoodie.
Yeah. Then we need to showcase those things in our groups too and be like, look at this sweet hoodie, 25% off if you're a coach. So, all right, gals. Well, thanks for taking the time to jump on. And any questions, I will get this recording up and posted. Don't hesitate to post questions in the group. And we'll go from there. Have a good night, guys. Oh, wait, let's do a quick pick. Oh, wait. Okay. Ready? All right. Good stuff, gals. All right. Good night.